Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have received some fantastic news about the Boeing 757 coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator in 2023. Bluebird Simulations, the team that is currently behind the project, have released a video of the 757 performing a DME Arc procedure, which is relatively complex and is indicative of the aircraft's system depth and developmental progress, which we will be taking a look at and dissecting a little bit in this video. Along with this, we will also be taking a look at some of the other videos and marketing material that the team have shared, which includes external gear compression modeling, cargo door opening animations, and much more. Now, do note that we already did a previous video on the 757 covering several other features that we can come to expect with this add-on, including dynamic wing and engine flex, as well as a full auto-land procedure demonstration from the aircraft as well. So if you guys haven't checked that video out, do make sure to check it out on the top right-hand corner of the screen or in the description section of this video. If you've already seen it though, then get your popcorn ready in hand, and let's jump into everything we've learned since the previous 757 development update. What is going on, guys? Varun from Flyby Simulations here, and welcome back to another exciting news video on the channel. Now, just before we get started, I do have to say that this channel is growing extremely fast. If you guys haven't joined the Flyby Simulations journey just yet, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the notification or bell icon to stay in the know-how of everything happening in the world of flight sim. With that all said, let's jump into the video. So let's go ahead and start with some housekeeping items about the 757, things like the price, the release date, the Xbox support, just things that people ask all the time about this aircraft so we can get them out of the way. So what do we know? Well, let's start with the release date. The Bluebird Simulations team have indicated a release date of late summer/early fall 2023. From all of the marketing media they've been sharing so far, it's very clear that they're pretty much on course with most of their work, with the majority of internal modeling and the cockpit textures complete and the exterior modeling also looking very nice. They will continue to work on the system logic and depth, and the devs have confirmed the product is slated to release no later than Q4 of next year, which is the fourth quarter of next year. So ideally the project should be coming by late summer, early fall, which is Q3 of next year. But if that doesn't happen, they've set a hard mark at Q4 of next year before the project will finally grace our simulators. Next up is the project payware or freeware. Well, the dev team have confirmed that the aircraft will be payware for sure, and Bluebird Simulations have also confirmed it will be sold through Just Flight, which are the same developers who are bringing us the Avro RJ and the Fokker for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and who have already brought us the BAE 146 that's revered by a large majority of the community. Next up, let's talk about Xbox support. I know I've been getting a lot of comments on my videos asking me to address Xbox and not just cater to the PC community, so I'm very glad to say that the team have confirmed Xbox support for the aircraft as well. Now, it is unknown if it will be on Xbox upon release itself, but the Bluebird Simulations team have confirmed that they definitely have plans to port it over to Xbox eventually. So they will be focusing on Xbox. They're not just saying that this is a PC-only product for now, which is rather unusual for a new development studio, but it's very good to see that they are going to be catering to the console market as well. Lastly, let's talk about all the variants of the aircraft that we will be getting upon release. So, Bluebird Simulations have confirmed that we will be getting two base aircraft on release, which are the 757-200 and the 300 variants. Both of these variants will also have customization options for both the Pratt & Whitney and the Rolls-Royce engine types. Now, the team have also confirmed that they will be releasing a cargo variant of the aircraft post-release, and it will be a paid expansion. So that is all we know for the variants: 4 different variants on release and a cargo variant to come after release. Next up, let's jump into this DME Arc video that you guys can see in the background. This was recently published on the official Bluebird Simulations YouTube channel, which I would highly recommend you guys check out. It's a great channel. They keep posting a lot of development updates there, so if you guys want to stay on top of it, of course, do make sure to check out the source content that's being shown on this video right here. But of course, make sure to subscribe to this channel as well so you can stay in line with all of the dissections we perform on all of the development updates provided by Bluebird Simulations. So, as mentioned before, this video showcases the 757 performing a nominal procedure, namely following a DME arc. Now, for those of you who don't know, the DME stands for Distance Measuring Equipment, and modern aircraft can use the system to be able to concentrically revolve around a location at a fixed point from it. In the example behind us, you can of course see cockpit textures and so on, which we will be discussing in a minute, but more importantly, it does showcase a departure out of Fuerteventura Airport in Spain. The aircraft follows the Corey 4 Alpha departure from runway 19 as it has a DME arc centered on the FTV VOR. A layman's explanation for all of this is that you'll see the 757 performing a smooth, round turn as the aircraft climbs and performs the departure procedure using LNAV. As the video plays in the background, we can address some of the other things we can see in the back, coupled with several of the questions posed on this video by the community and the answers provided by Bluebird Simulations. So let's get into it. Number 1, though the cockpit does look nice and loosely indicative of a real 757 cockpit, several people have complained in the comment section of this video that the textures look a little mucky and crusty at the moment, especially on the forward panel. I for one agree with this sentiment, but Bluebird Simulations have assured us that the goal of the project from the beginning was to create a super realistic cockpit environment, and that all these shots seen in the background are indeed work in progress still, and more work will be done on the cockpit textures before being released to the rest of the community. They already have a better looking cockpit than this when this video was recorded, which they will be sharing with us in just a bit in future development updates. So again, do make sure to subscribe to the channel to not miss out on that. Speaking of the cockpit, the CRT screens have also been another point of contention for a lot of people. Some people say that these are over-dramatized, but Bluebird Simulations have confirmed that real pilots have looked at the footage and vouched for their accuracy, so I have no complaints in that regard. If real pilots are saying that these screens are curvy enough, that's what CRT screens are, by the way, then I have no complaints. Now, some of the eagle-eyed viewers might have also noticed that the ICAS, or ECAS, however you want to pronounce it, the engine parameters on this display are also inaccurate. This is again due to the aircraft being showcased being in its early stages. Bluebird will be using feedback from pilots to refine this further with time. Moving on, several people pointed out that these sounds were also pretty horrible, and in this regard, Bluebird have again actually confirmed that they have recorded several sounds from a real 757 cockpit already, and the final iteration of the aircraft, which will be released to the community, will include the full suite of sounds you can expect from a payware aircraft. With that said, coming up in the back, we can see the turn actually taking place. Though the curvature of the turn drawn on the navigation display is very well done, several people were quick to point out that the DME arc seems a little abrupt and detached from the route being followed. Ideally, the arc should have natural curvature when deviating from the straight path the aircraft is on, so there's definitely still work to be done with the FMC and flight logic, something the Bluebird team have recognized and continue to work on as we edge on closer to the start of 2023. Personally, if you ask me, I love the progress the aircraft is making. The lighting, the cockpit textures, minus their crusty, colorless nature at the moment, as I said before, is also very, very promising, and the flight logic seems to be making good progress too. So good stuff all around. There's still 10 months to go before the preliminary release date of this aircraft, so tons of more aircraft updates can be done in the meantime, and I'm very, very excited to see where this project goes. Now, apart from the DME Arc video, there were also some miscellaneous screenshots and videos shared by the team since the last time we checked out their marketing media. So we're going to go ahead and check out those updates too, perform some, I guess, mini dissections just so we understand where the project is at, not only in the cockpit department, but also outside the cockpit and some animations and stuff like that. So number 1, we have the cargo door animation video here. Now, the speed of this video is not indicative of the speed at which the cargo doors will open. This is all clearly still in the modeling software, so I still think they're yet to bring this into the simulator version, but this is the kind of progress they're making outside the simulator so they can eventually port it over to the 757 model inside Microsoft Flight Simulator. Still a decent indication of the level of detail that's going to be coming with this aircraft. The second video here shows the gear compression being modeled into the airframe. This will ensure that every time the aircraft touches down on the ground, the landing gear isn't just a stiff piece of the aircraft, but actually has dynamic suspension. You can clearly see how the aircraft's gear is compressed more when the weight and balance is adjusted. So again, this is pretty cool to see, and more features just means more things to look at and more pretty things to admire when you're outside the aircraft. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the conclusion of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are just as excited as me to see the 757 coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. As and when we keep getting these updates, I will be sure to keep filling the community in. So if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the notification or bell icon to check out everything that's going on with the 757 project. With that all said, thanks for watching and thanks for flying by.